Kevin Durant has developed into one of the best players in the NBA, but his pursuit of excellence isn't limited to the hardwood. The Golden State Warriors star is also a forward-looking businessman who has created an investment property called the Durant Company. That brand includes his media arm, 35 Media, and his charitable foundation. While KD has won a pair of Finals MVP awards, a regular season MVP, and has 10 All-Star nods, his off-the-court accomplishments are noteworthy too. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Factuality. Today, we are going to be talking about Kevin Durant. We'll be going into his career, where he is today, and how he spends his millions, and what business activities he has next to his basketball career. So stick around until the end to get the full insight into this extraordinary NBA talent and entrepreneur life. Kevin Wayne Durant was born in Washington, D.C. on September 29, 1988. When he was still an infant, his father deserted the family, and his parents eventually divorced. As a result, Durant's grandmother helped to raise him. He has a sister, Brianna, and two brothers, Tony and Rayvon. They grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland, on the outskirts of Washington, D.C. Durant's father returned to his life when he was 13, and together they spent time traveling the country to basketball tournaments. At 21 years old, Durant was winning a scoring title. What are or were you doing at that age? Described as scoring prodigy by John Hollinger, Durant regularly finishes as one of the NBA's points leaders and has won the scoring title 4 times. His 2013 campaign was called one of the greatest shooting seasons in league history by Grantland's Zach Lowe. Before we move on, if you think this video provides value to you, then be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the notification so that you get notified every time we upload a brand new video. Be sure to write I subscribed in the comments and participate in our Apple AirPods giveaway once we reach 1,000 subscribers. Celebrity Net Worth currently lists Durant's net worth at $170 million. According to Hoops Hype, the Warriors are paying Durant $30 million this season. He holds a $31.5 million player option for the 2019-20 campaign, but is expected to decline it and become a free agent. When he does so, he's going to get paid. Since he joined Golden State in 2016, Durant has taken multiple below-value contracts to help the franchise stack its roster. But this offseason, he's focused on landing a hefty deal. "I am thinking about the money I'm going to get," he said, per Marcus Thompson II of The Athletic. "I never got the massive deal. I've just seen a bunch of dudes around the league making so much money, and I'm happy for them. But I know I deserve that too. That's the only thing I'm probably thinking about, to be honest." Golden State can give Durant a 5-year deal worth an estimated $221.3 million, while other NBA teams can only offer 4 years and $164 million. Let's take a deeper dive into how Durant got in such a position in the first place. Durant absolutely delivered in his first contract with the Warriors, winning Finals MVP 2 years in a row. For his efforts, Durant turned his initial payday with Golden State into an even bigger payday. He declined the option on his contract in the hopes of more money, and got it. In July of 2018, Durant signed a new 2-year deal with the Warriors worth $61.5 million. According to SpotRack, Durant made a $30 million salary the first year, with a $31.5 million salary for the 2019-20 season. But that second year had a player option, and after the first year, Durant opted out despite the knowledge that injury would likely be keeping Durant out for the entire 2019-20 season. He had plenty of suitors, and rumors ranging from a reunion with the Warriors to him becoming a New York Knick. But neither of these happened. Instead, it was announced that Durant would be heading to the Brooklyn Nets in a sign-and-trade deal. The Warriors signed him to a 4-year contract worth over $164 million and traded him to Brooklyn for a draft pick and 3 players, including D'Angelo Russell. SpotRack estimates his past contracts over 12 years have given him cash earnings of over $187 million. This upcoming season, though Durant likely won't see any playing time, will push his career earnings up over $225 million. The remaining 3 seasons on his contract, should he play all of them, as there is a player option on the final year, would bring that all the way up to $351.4 million. In 2016, Durant decided to invest in Postmates because of one reason. In an interview with ESPN's Ramona Shelburne, Durant talked about how he discovered what Postmates was. Durant talked about how he and his agent or business partner, Rich Kleiman, were sitting down one day, and Durant told Kleiman that he was hungry. That's when Kleiman told Durant what Postmates was, and Durant immediately became interested. They were able to get in contact with someone from Postmates, and the rest is history. Now, 4 years later, Durant is making millions from his investment with Postmates. Recently reported by Bloomberg, Uber agreed to acquire Postmates in a $2.65 billion takeover. Durant invested $1 million back in 2016, and if Uber finalizes the deal, he will receive $15 million. The NBA star continues to make big moves off the court. Based on his star status and on-court talent, Kevin Durant has earned plenty of money playing basketball. While he's made more than $225 million in raw salary, according to SpotRack, the cash doesn't simply sit in the bank. Durant, like many other athletes, has become a bit of a businessman too. Through his company, 35 Ventures, the forward has invested in countless companies, ranging from headphones, as noted by Forbes, to companies like Acorn. In a 2017 profile, the New York Times referred to Durant as Silicon Valley's hottest startup, and referencing his swelling portfolio of investments in tech companies like Postmates and Acorns, in addition to hotels and restaurants and film and television development. Those business decisions seem to be paying off. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the forward has an estimated fortune of $170 million. In 2017, Sport Techie reported that Kevin Durant invested in Skydio, an autonomous drone startup. 3 years later, that move is paying dividends. While you might think of drones as a cool gadget, vloggers aren't the only ones interested in buying them. According to a recent Forbes write-up, Skydio has begun securing some government contracts, including a $190,000 deal with the DEA, $3 million more from the U.S. Army, and $1.5 million from the Air Force. Forbes also found evidence that the company had done business with the state of Ohio and Los Angeles County. It's not clear how much Durant will profit from those deals. Beyond the fact that his initial investment was passive, we don't know much about his relationship with Skydio. Even a small piece of a $4.7 million pie isn't a bad return. With great athletic power comes great opportunity. Durant has landed a wide variety of endorsements, most notably a shoe contract from Nike. According to Jeff Zilgett of USA Today, Durant signed a 10-year deal in 2014 that has the potential to reach $300 million and includes a $50 million retirement package. Nike initially signed the University of Texas product to a 7-year pact worth at least $60 million per Zilgett, so Durant has appeared in many advertisements for the brand since he entered the NBA in 2007. His portfolio has since expanded to include Alaska Airlines and Google. Durant has also appeared in commercials for Gatorade, Sonic Drive-In, Beats by Dre, Skullcandy, and Sprint, among others. Durant has also turned endorsements into branded content deals for 35 Media. In addition to Nike and Alaska Airlines, American Family Insurance has been a presenting sponsor. As a result, Durant is becoming less of a spokesman and more of a partner. The way in which Kevin interacted with the brand in the past is not the way he would do it now, business partner Rich Kleiman told Tim Peterson of Digiday. Now it's about finding companies he can work with for the next 15 to 20 years. You would think that most players would opt for the most lucrative shoe contract, but Durant opted for loyalty over money. Adidas offered a young Durant an enormous 7-year, $70 million deal that included a $12 million signing bonus, but instead he opted for Nike's 7-year, $60 million deal with a $10 million signing bonus. Durant had spent all of his life wearing Nike and felt comfortable with them, so he turned down the more lucrative offer from Adidas. His Nike deal was still good enough for the second largest 7-year endorsement for a rookie, behind LeBron's staggering $90 million deal in 2003. How does a young, multi-millionaire basketball superstar spend all that money? Here's a peek into Kevin's spending habits, some of which are certain to come as a surprise even to his biggest fans. Other than owning quite a few luxurious vehicles, Durant also likes to invest his money in properties. He has reportedly spent around $30 million on houses in different parts of the US. As it turns out, he also likes selling his houses. Thus, he has sold his twin townhouse-style lodgings in Oklahoma City for $1.1 million, far less than the $1.7 million he paid for in 2013 before he combined them into a single home. Durant also sold an oceanfront home on the Broad Beach for $12.15 million after buying it for $12.05 million the year before. His former Oakland Hills rental is on the market for $6 million, but is yet to be sold. The rents also cashed out in his downtown Miami penthouse, as the property is now on the market for $3.6 million. Where he's currently living is unknown, but rest assured it's up to the standard with his former residence. Durant is also known for collecting various luxury vehicles. Durant has been often seen driving a Ferrari California, which costs approximately $200,000. A Lamborghini, Range Rovers, Ferraris, Porsches, various Mercedes-Benz models, and a classic 1966 Ford GT40 are some of the other cars he owns. His Chevrolet Camaro SS is reported to be one of his more customized cars, with matte red paint and pinstripes on the hood that is similar to his line of sneakers. The 2013 Moore tornado caused devastation in Oklahoma, destroying streets, homes, and consequently people's lives. Durant showed why he is such a loved figure in the league by donating $1 million of his own money to the Red Cross for disaster relief, and he did this without publicizing his donation. Not only did he write a hefty check, KD also visited the impacted area to see the destruction for himself and meet the locals, and he used his public profile to urge others to donate too. This is just one example of his incredible generosity, which has had such a positive impact on the entire NBA organization. The Kevin Durant Charity Foundation partnered with college track in his hometown of Prince George's County, Maryland. And in 2019, the foundation announced the opening of the Durant Center, which will provide resources for students. "This is incredible, man," said Durant per Kent Babb of the Washington Post. "To have this as a kind of staple and my family's name on it, and it's doing so much for kids, man, it's one of the greatest accomplishments so far in my career." In 2018, Durant donated $3 million to basketball and sports leadership programs at his alma mater, the University of Texas, per Shelburne. That's it for this video. We hope you liked it. And please do subscribe to our channel to get more luxurious content in the future. Until next time.